Norse mythology is front and center with this most recent One Piece chapter 1170, and we now have confirmation of 2 of the 3 characters within this mythological story. So let's go over the story of a thunder dragon, a tricky little squirrel, and an eagle at the top of the tree. And of course, spoilers up through chapter 1170. If you haven't read that far, then scroll on. I posted this video back in March of 2025, and I'm not gonna lie, the community was cooking with this one. So we need to talk about this guy right here. This creature was mentioned as one of the biggest fears of one of the children in this class. So what is it? So this serpent dragon is said to gnaw at the roots of Yggdrasil, which is the tree of life in Norse mythology. And the connection there is quite obvious, with Elbaf all being centered around this tree. This dragon seems to be kind of like a ruler of the underworld, the creature that's punishing you when you do bad deeds. It is said that this creature gnaws on the corpses of oath breakers and murderers. So it's kind of like if you do bad things, and this thing's gonna chew you up by the end of it all. And with that concept, its name means Malice Striker. This creature has beef with all the Norse gods. They say that it's potentially trapped beneath the tree by the tree's roots themselves. The prophecy says that when Ragnarok starts, this creature will be freed from beneath the tree and lead the giants to go against the gods. There's also an interesting story that talks about this creature in an infinite rivalry with an eagle that lives at the top of the world. So we've already established that this creature is living in the underworld, and this eagle lives at the very top, and they hate each other. And apparently there's this tricky little squirrel who likes to run from the top to the bottom of this tree and spread rumors about both of them. And in doing so, he is pissing this guy off. So much to the point that this guy shook the entirety of the tree so hard to try to knock the eagle out of it. And in doing so, he shook all of the 9 worlds so heavily that he was able to release himself from below the tree, and that then signaled the start of Ragnarok. So after this most recent chapter, we now have confirmation that Loki's hammer Ragnir is the squirrel in this story. And I think it's incredibly fair to say that Loki now represents the Nidhoggr, and that is more than likely what his devil fruit is. I know many people want to point to this looking kind of like a horse, and possibly being Sleipnir, but we've already seen this representation with the gift that Estrad gave to King Harald. No, I absolutely believe that this is going to be another mythological dragon fruit. But that begs the question, who is the eagle at the top of the tree? Of course, the obvious answer seems to be Shanks, with his sword Griffin, and with the fact that he's the one who locked Loki in the underworld 6 years ago. But I think that answer's a little bit too easy. I'm leaning more towards the creature that sits at the top of the world, not the top of the tree. And that, of course, being Emu. When Loki is fighting King Harald, it's because of the things that Emu has done to him, corrupting his mind and all of that. So I believe the true enemy of the Nidhoggr is the eagle at the top of the world, Emu themselves. But of course, we still don't know what's going on in the Heaven Realm in Elbaf, so it leaves a bunch of questions. So as always, let me know what you think in the comments. And make sure to smash that follow button and check the link in the bio to join the Discord and all that.